You have to believe in you before anyone else will. Most people spend their lives waiting for someone else to believe in them. They wait for encouragement. They wait for recognition. They wait for approval. They wait for someone to tell them they're capable. But the truth is that moment may never come. The world doesn't usually believe in potential. It believes in proof. People applaud results. They celebrate success. They admire confidence. But they rarely see the invisible work that creates those things. That's why your journey has to begin long before anyone notices it. It begins with a choice. A choice to believe in yourself when there is no applause. To keep moving when there is no evidence. To trust your future while your present still looks ordinary. Because if your belief depends on other people, your confidence will disappear the moment they doubt you. Your future cannot be built on someone else's opinion. It has to be built on your own conviction. Understand this. Every person you admire once stood exactly where you are now. Unknown, unproven, uncertain. They didn't start with confidence. They started with commitment. They made a decision to keep showing up, even when they weren't seeing immediate results. That's what separates people who grow from people who stay stuck. Not talent, not luck, not perfect timing. The willingness to keep going before success gives you a reason to. Self-belief isn't pretending that you're already extraordinary. It's knowing that you have the ability to become better than you were yesterday. It means accepting where you are without deciding that's where you'll stay. Growth begins the moment you stop defining yourself by your current circumstances. Too many people make one mistake. They confuse their present with their potential. Just because you're struggling today doesn't mean you'll struggle forever. Just because you failed yesterday doesn't mean you're destined to fail tomorrow. Your current position is not your permanent destination. It's simply where your journey happens to be today. Think about every skill you've ever developed. The first time you tried, you probably weren't very good. You made mistakes. You felt uncomfortable. You questioned yourself. But with every repetition, something changed. Not overnight. Not instantly. Little by little. The skill improved. The fear became smaller. Your confidence became stronger. That's because confidence isn't something you're born with. Confidence is built through action. Every promise you keep to yourself strengthens your self-respect. Every difficult task you complete reminds your mind that you're capable. Every obstacle you overcome becomes proof that you can handle more than you once believed. That's how real confidence grows. Not from compliments. Not from motivation. But from consistency. One decision at a time. One habit at a time. One disciplined day after another. The problem is that most people quit too early. They expect confidence before action. But life works the opposite way. Action creates confidence. You don't become confident and then start. You start and confidence slowly follows. That's why waiting to feel ready keeps so many dreams unfinished. Nobody ever feels completely ready. Growth begins in uncertainty. Progress begins in discomfort. Transformation begins the moment you decide that fear will no longer make your decisions. There will be days when doubt speaks louder than belief. Days when you question everything. Days when nothing seems to be working. Those moments don't mean you're failing. They mean you're growing. Every meaningful goal comes with resistance. Every worthwhile dream demands patience. Every successful person has experienced moments where quitting seemed easier than continuing. The difference is they stayed. Not because it was easy. Because they understood something most people never learn. Feelings change. Commitment doesn't. Motivation comes and goes. Discipline remains. Your emotions will not always support your goals. That's why your habits must. Build habits that continue working even when motivation disappears. Wake up when you said you would. Finish what you started. Keep the promises you make to yourself. Because every broken promise weakens your belief. Every kept promise strengthens it. Eventually, you reach a point where you no longer need someone else's approval. Not because you've become perfect, but because you've learned to trust yourself. You stop comparing your journey to everyone else's. You stop chasing validation. You stop measuring your worth by likes, opinions, or recognition. Instead, you measure yourself by one question. Am I becoming better than I was yesterday? If the answer is yes, you're already moving in the right direction. Remember this. The strongest roots grow underground. Long before anyone sees the tree, the foundation is already being built. Your life works the same way. The quiet mornings, the extra hour of practice, the difficult conversations, the sacrifices nobody notices. These moments may seem invisible, but they are shaping the person you're becoming. One day people will notice your success. They'll admire your confidence. They'll wonder how you became so disciplined. What they won't see are the countless moments when you chose consistency over comfort. When you kept going despite uncertainty. When you believed in yourself before there was any proof. That's where real success begins. Not in public. In private. Not when people are watching. When nobody is. The person you become behind closed doors eventually becomes the person the world sees. So stop waiting for permission. Stop waiting for perfect timing. Stop waiting for someone else to tell you that you're good enough. No one can give you the belief you're refusing to build yourself. Your future is not waiting for someone else's approval. It's waiting for your decision. Choose to believe. Choose to act. Choose to continue even when progress feels slow. Protect your vision. Protect your discipline. Protect your confidence by earning it every single day. One small action. One difficult choice. One promise kept. Again and again. Because one day the same people who doubted you will wonder what changed. The answer will be simple. You changed. You stopped asking the world to believe in you. And you finally believed in yourself. Because the greatest turning point in any life is not the moment the world starts believing in you. It's the moment you do. The moment you truly believe in yourself. Something begins to change. Not because the world suddenly becomes easier, but because you become stronger. You stop seeing obstacles as signs to quit. You begin seeing them as opportunities to grow. Every challenge becomes another chance to prove to yourself that you are capable of more than you once believed. And that's exactly how confidence is built. Not by avoiding hard things, but by facing them. The people who achieve extraordinary things aren't fearless. They simply refuse to let fear make their decisions. Fear will always whisper. It will tell you that you're too late, too inexperienced, too ordinary, too far behind. But fear has never predicted the future. It only protects your comfort. And comfort has never created greatness. The life you want exists beyond the limits you've accepted. Beyond the excuses you've repeated. Beyond the doubts you've entertained for too long. Every meaningful change begins with one uncomfortable decision. To start. To continue. To refuse to quit. You don't have to become the best today. You only have to become better than yesterday. Small improvements may seem insignificant in a single day. But repeated consistently, they create extraordinary results. A single workout won't transform your body. One book won't transform your mind. One disciplined day won't transform your life. But hundreds of them will. Success has always been the result of ordinary actions repeated with extraordinary consistency. Never underestimate the power of showing up. Even on the days you don't feel like it. Especially on those days. Because discipline is strongest when motivation disappears. And character is revealed when nobody is watching. Your future isn't created by the decisions you make once in a while. It's created by the decisions you make every single day. Every morning you choose growth over comfort. Every evening you choose purpose over distraction. You're casting a vote for the person you're becoming. Eventually, those votes become your identity. You no longer have to convince yourself to be disciplined. You simply become someone who is. You no longer chase confidence. Confidence follows you because you've earned it. And once that happens, no opinion can define you. No rejection can stop you. No temporary failure can break you. Because your belief is no longer built on results. It's built on the person you've become. So wherever you are today, whether you're just starting, whether you failed before, or whether you're fighting a battle nobody else can see, remember this one truth. The world may doubt you. People may overlook you. Circumstances may challenge you. But none of those things decide your future. Your decisions do. Believe before the results arrive. Work before the recognition comes. Stay committed before success becomes visible. Because one day, the confidence you fought so hard to build will become the reason someone else believes in themselves. And it all began the moment you chose to believe in you before anyone else did.